Hi, here's my face. So, last episode we talked a little bit about how my story with Realm of Madgod began, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but this is where it gets interesting. This is where we start talking about other people joining my Realm of Madgod journey. So this chapter, we can call this chapter The Rise of MatoMatala. I call it The Rise of MatoMatala because MatoMatala was the name of our guild. MatoMatala, the name came from a Minecraft faction server. Keku came up with the name MatoMatala. I don't really know how, but I know that MatoMatala was a character in a children's TV show in Finland. MatoMatala is Finnish and it means a low worm. I don't exactly understand or know why this was our name, but it always stuck. We used it in every single faction server that we've done, like, ever. And MatoMatala purely consisted of me and Keku for a long time. Maybe I'd say the first half year of MatoMatala's existence was just me and Keku, playing just the two of us. And also my brother, whose name actually came about very similar to mine. He had a browser account, but instead of overwriting his account, he just made a new one. But instead of naming it properly, he just decided to, like, on his keyboard, which didn't make sense to me. My brother didn't play as much as me, and Keku didn't play as much as me. I was very dedicated to play this game a lot and to the best of my abilities, so I played, and a lot. And Keku could only really play during the weekends, so what I did is I started looking for friends, basically. So in a lot of the YouTube videos that I looked at, like the tutorials and stuff, there was this thing that kept coming up, which was like a dungeon partner or an abyss partner or a sprite world partner or whatever. Basically someone dedicated with you who'd always PM you when they found a certain dungeon and run that with you, and you two would do it together. Basically it was a friend. I don't know why they called it that, but it was a friend. You had a friend for the first time. While roaming through the world, I started talking in chat and I said, looking for an abyss partner, looking for a snakepit partner, looking for a sprite world partner. I tried to find anybody that could help me do dungeons because I wanted to max characters and I knew other people wanted to max characters as well. So I came upon a few people, befriended them, whatever, didn't add them on Skype, only knew them by their username, and then they didn't log on at the same time as me. I couldn't get blah 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 blah. The first person who I ever added on Skype through this was a person called Proximus. Every other letter is capital. I added him on Skype and played for a bit. His real name is Renno. He's Estonian, so I mean we got along great. I'm Finnish, so whatever. Estonian, Finnish, basically same thing. I mean it's not. It's really not. We did abysses and everything. His friend, whose in-game name was Bastard with a T, YouTube. Listen, no demonetization, okay? With a T. His name was Carl with a K. I invited them both into MatoMatala, obviously, and this is where MatoMatala really, like, started. This was like the OG crew. I'm kind of rambling here. My script is there, but I need to look at the camera, or else this looks weird if I'm talking like this. So, we talked on Skype. That's what we used. We used Skype. So I added all of them on Skype, and what we do is we all had webcams. Because me and Keku, we had laptops, and Proximus had a computer with a webcam, and Carl had a webcam. And actually, there's a funny story about this that I'll get to just in a second. One day, me and my brother were running abysses together, and we started looking for an abyss partner again. And we found someone who was playing on European servers, but he was American. This guy was called Overwasher. Not Overwatcher, but Overwasher, because Overwatch was taken. His name is Freddy. Or Fred. Basically, he's our friend still to this date. I mean, all these people that I'm mentioning here are still our friends to this date. I mean, I talked to Renno like 2 hours ago. But this game has given us all like long-lasting friendships. We all had webcams, we all used Skype. So what we do is instead of going into normal voice chats, we would use webcam calls. We would talk to each other through webcam, and that was fine. It worked super well, and we got to see each other's reactions when someone got a good item. That was like the best part. That was literally the only reason. Like, if we'd go into a dungeon, we just like stare at the top right of the corner. Like, okay, the guy, is he gonna? And if the other person's face is like this when they're playing, they're like very normal. You'd know that wasn't like they didn't get anything special. If they go like this, you knew, and it was the best thing ever. Like the whole thing about in the last episode, the very last bit of that was the song, and the song starts Keku, Keku, älä pidä suuta auki vaan sano Keijo, which in English is Keku, Keku, don't just hold your mouth open, just say it, Keijo. Keijo is a nickname for Christian, and because he was in the Skype call like this. So obviously, I was gonna go, Gecko, don't just hold your mouth open, just say it, which is how these things, which is why we got so excited for each other, and so sad, like, if someone died on a character they had had for 5 months, and lost all that progress forever, you felt that, you saw that person, you saw that person's face, very sad, in the corner, wherever the Skype call was, and you knew it wasn't good, like, it hurt. A lot, probably. I mean, you saw the pain in their eyes, like, you could see, like, if someone was playing like this, and they go up and they die, and then they see, like, a dramatic reenactment, I'm aware, but still, like, it hurt. You knew it hurt, like, I remember many times when someone would just, like, stop, and many times what would happen is just this, and they'd go. But the funny thing is, right, playing with Carl and Renno was a lot of fun. Carl didn't spend money on the game, so he only had 1 character slot, which was very difficult. And he once died with an 8/8 character. And he was... Basically, we had seen his room. We had never seen him enter or leave his room. And he had 2 doors in his room. So I started to, like, wonder, like, I wonder which one's the closet and which one's the way out. And when he died on his 8/8 character, so all stats maxed, 8 out of 8 of them, when he took off his headphones and walked in through the door, I was like, did he just go into his closet? And obviously, I mean, everybody laughed at Skype because I'm hilarious. After Skype, after the era of Skype, after MatoMatala, got a few random people that I don't remember that much anymore, but I'm sure I had a blast playing with back then. When MatoMatala started reaching kind of the 20 player mark, it got too big to handle in Skype. You couldn't keep adding people to calls and leaving calls, and it just became super, and you know, if you had a call, let's say me, Renno, Mikael and Gecko wasn't on, if we called that group, it would also add Gecko, start ringing the Skype app on his phone or whatever, and this is not what we wanted. We didn't want to bother people all the time, so we switched to TeamSpeak. Now, there was a massive war in Realm of the Mad God with Mumble versus TeamSpeak. I don't really know about other games, but I know in Realm of the Mad God everybody was using Mumble. Or most of the people were using Mumble, everybody kept talking about Mumble. But we went for TeamSpeak because I heard about TeamSpeak from some other YouTuber or whatever. And the thing is, with our TeamSpeak server, it was very different, very, very different than what you might expect, because we didn't know what we were doing. So instead of hosting our own TeamSpeak server on one of our computers or whatever, we went onto a public TeamSpeak server and started our own lobby. This lobby, our room, I guess, was like 1,000 rooms down, because that's what everybody was doing on here. It was just called MatoMatala rotmg, and you had to scroll like 2/3 of the list down, and underneath it would be like the 700 made after hour 1, and you have to like find it. I posted stuff about how to join it in the guild hall, like the little notice board thing. Like, okay, so go down, scroll 2/3 of the way, or press Ctrl F, MatoMatala rotmg. You can find it there. You had to double click it to join it, and our password was not nice, the best YouTuber ever 1234, which was just the best thing ever, because people would be typing that every time they wanted to join. And I actually remember one time when I was streaming, I told everybody in the TeamSpeak not like swear or anything during the stream, and one of my friends swore, so I banned him from the TeamSpeak room, and it banned him from the server, as in the server with like 10,000 people in it. And I was like, what? You can have this kind of power? You can ban someone permanently from the whole server just by owning one of the rooms? So I contacted an admin about it, and he was like, oh, someone's giving you admin privilege. Which sucked, because I could have done so much evil with that, but he took off and he unbanned the guy, and he got to join back, and I was like, dude, listen, I'm sorry. I just tried to kick you, because like, you know, I don't know, I was very odd. I was like 14 at the time. The TeamSpeak went on very fine. We got few other people, but like the OG crew is still Freddy, Renno, Carl, Anton, Gecko, and Mikael. Us 6, we were the OG crew. And remember those friends that I talked about in the first episode, those Finnish ones? They had stopped playing this game, they went on to play Counter-Strike or something else. But then they saw one of my YouTube videos and they came back to me and said, "Hey, Anton, you wanna play with us?" And now that I knew about the game, I had like a few 8 out of 8s, maybe 2 8 out of 8, some 6 out of 8s and stuff. I said, of course, yeah, come in. So then Blue Fyro, aka Alex, and I can't remember his IGN, but his real name was Oxley. Them two joined, and it was so much fun. There used to be a video on Blue Fyro's channel, where he walks into an avatar at 3 o'clock in the morning, because he wasn't very good at the game. Sorry, Alex. But Freddy was in there, and the whole premise is that Freddy was like, "So, when did you join the MatoMatala crew?" And Alex goes, "About a month ago." And dun dun dun, and he walks into the thing and dies. It's pretty funny, I'm gonna be honest. My first ever PPE video. I made my first ever PPE video about a warrior. I got to 6 out of 8, or maybe 5 out of 8. I think I got to 6 out of 8, but I didn't record 6 out of 8ing it. I recorded up to 5 out of 8ing it, because at that point I was like, okay, this is a proper character now, but I still played it as a PPE, just didn't record it. I had a Windows 8.1 laptop, which came stock with the 2012 Windows Movie Maker or something. So I used that for video editing, and I swore by it. Like back then, now I used DaVinci Resolve, but I did all of my video editing in this program, and I got very good at it and very efficient at it, and I could use it. I played around with MatGod mostly because my laptop's coolers were slightly broken. It's the only game that didn't overheat my laptop in play. And editing videos for that game was always fun. So my first ever PPE was the Warrior. And I uploaded the Warrior PPE in 3 parts that all last about 3 or 2 minutes. Because I had a folder of maybe 120 clips. And when I put it into Windows Movie Maker, I remember that 2/3 of it was broken. So I found out how many clips how many clips it would accept at a time. And then I recorded that much, or edited that bit, put music around it, rendered it, uploaded to YouTube, and then start working on the second one, and then I made 3 episodes. Even though I could have rendered the clips, made the clip, and then put those 3 clips together to make the full video 1 video. It would have been better that way, I think, but I decided to do it this way, because, I don't know, more ad revenue. I didn't get paid for the video, so it doesn't matter. But we were visiting my grandparents in Finland, and I was playing, happily like this, playing, and then I died. I died at an avatar. I remember laughing about it actually, because it was. I mean, at this point I had better characters, and this was just a video character basically. So I didn't really care about it. It wasn't one of my main characters. So when I died, I wanted to do something about this, but I was at my grandparents' house, and I'd say I didn't have any of my gear, but my gear included a Logitech wireless mouse with a mouse pad this time. And that's it. The laptop and the wireless one, that was it. And the headset. Probably. I think at this point I had this specific headset that I'm wearing right now. I've got another one boxed over there, but I'm gonna be unboxing it on our YouTube channel, on our tech YouTube channel, technically. When I died, I wanted to do something to remember the character. So yeah, this has been kind of a story about MatoMatala. There's a lot more, but I'm gonna have to make a episode 3. I mean, there's more episodes coming. Don't worry about this game. This game is serious. This is a good game. I have so many stories. So stay tuned, subscribe, and like the video if you want to see more stories about Rise of MatoMatala. Peace.